I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. There's a video I did titled Dare to Walk Alone. Dare to Walk Alone. In Africa, we are trained just to be submissive to age, to wealth, to authority, to position, and to religion. So Africans are usually very, very intellectually docile. They switch off their brains when somebody is ahead of them. The South Korean airlines were involved in so many air crashes until the Americans were sent to go and review the training process of their pilots. They found out that because the South Koreans respect elders, if a senior pilot is making a mistake, the younger pilot will find it difficult to correct him because of fear of breaching the tradition. We live in an era that interrogates everything. Somebody sent me a message that the way I talked about one of God's generals and blah, blah. I told him, of what use has it been to me? Look at the various mistakes and misdirections he has misled people over the years. Why can't I interrogate him? So, you now find out that Miles Monroe said in one of his videos that the Bible says if the blind lead the blind, that means to say somebody can be in leadership position and be blind, can even be deaf, can even be intellectually handicapped. Because one of the laws of Carlo Cipolla states that there is no specific characteristic that identifies a stupid person. That you can find people who are stupid in all spheres of life, be they Nobel laureates, be they primates, be they archbishops, be they bishops, be they pastors, professors, multimillionaires, traditional rulers, all kinds of people, presidents, senators, whatever. You will find stupidity among them. So what do? My antennas are always alert. I am very, very interrogative of everything I hear. I analyze things. You don't just tell me to. Everybody say after me. I hardly do that. So when people started singing, prayer is the key, prayer is the key, prayer is the master key. Jesus started with prayer and ended with prayer. Prayer is the master key. I sang it for a while. At a point, I interrogated it. Did Jesus start with prayer? No. He started by identifying purpose and responsibility. And responsibility is the first commandment in the Bible. So the next thing was, did he end with prayer? No. He ended with results. It is finished. And then is prayer the master key? No. Prayer can be one key, but it's not the master key. So I stopped all the no, I stopped them. I started learning to define my purpose, because all things work together for them that love God and who are called according to his purpose. So Paul said, I prayed in the spirit more. So I started learning to pray in the spirit. Think about these things. Let this book of the law not depart from your heart. Meditate upon it day and night. So I learned to meditate on the principles and practices, the precedents and the patriarchs and all the P's in the Bible. And I started producing results. So interrogate what your leadership has been telling you. Don't go and fight him. Just have an exit plan. Have an exit plan. I always have an exit plan wherever I am, including this house. I've told my family that if you say I'm not your father, I'm not your mother, I mean your husband, you want me to leave this house, if I can carry my certificates in 10 years, I'll be richer than who I am, more comfortable than who I am. I'll have other children. I'll have other children. No wonder I asked my wife recently, if there's another life, will you marry me again? So I will marry you 10 times over because I'm responsible. So don't just follow leadership blindly, particularly you church people. Church people, they will tell you to go and eat grass. You will go and eat grass. Bring your first salary of the year. You go and bring it. What will you live on? What would you live on? Come and pray throughout the night on Monday because the next day is the first day of the month. Where did you see that in the Bible? And then you go to the office and be sleeping, and then they will sack you. Sack you. Sack you. So I always interrogate because I interrogate leadership. I interrogate those ahead of me. That's why I didn't become a professor of medicine. I was checking most of the hospitals in the area where I grew up. After the death of the owner of the hospitals went down. For those of you at Aba, Inland Hospital, Fazal Hospital, St. Anthony's Hospital, Women's Hospital, one other hospital at Omungasi, Yellow Avenue, or thereabout. A lot of these hospitals went down after the death of the owner, but several schools remained. And so I told myself I was not going to stay in medical practice for long. After a period of time, I stopped. So always interrogate, always analyze so that you don't let the blind lead you. Don't let the blind lead you. And the problem in life today is that many people are led by blind people, particularly in the church, particularly in politics, particularly in tribal association, particularly in communities. I don't succumb to that trick. I break that law. I don't allow, I identify very vividly that stupidity does not know class or has no special characteristic. So I have an independent mind. And it's one sign of intelligence to be able to question what has been. Sounds strange to you? Church people, I know you will come after me. Now you sabi. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a seminar coming up on the 5th and on the 6th of July. Is my monthly mentorship masterclass. It is not free, please. If you think it's free, don't come here. It is not free. And send a message to me on +234 7052136763, and I will send you the flyer and how to register. Send a message also to the admin of the masterclass on +234 8021219262. I have properties for sale. I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Don't believe every bullshit, man.